Welcome to Take 5. So tonight we're going to talk about my buddy TJ's guns and some of my guns. Now a quick disclaimer, this is all airsoft guns, so anybody who's not into airsoft guns or whatever, please click out. If you want to see some cool stuff, definitely stay tuned. So first we'll talk about my guns, and then we'll go into TJ's guns, so we'll get his out the way for right now. So we'll talk about my gun. This is a Marui kind of hybrid. I have the Marui Stop Mod lower on a HK416 upper. So from the front to the back, we have a Mad Bull flash hider, and that holds on a Surefire mini can. Moving back, I have a S&S Precision IFM mount, and that has my Surefire Vampire V2. And I just got some duct tape and some Laxan on it, so I don't have to worry about that getting shot out again. In the back, I just have a clicky switch, so I can use that with the small hand stop I have underneath here. This is made by Unity Tactical, and it's a kind of a micro foregrip, but it's mainly used for a hand stop. Up top, I have a Element LA5 PEC box, just testing that out for right now. The rail, I have a Shrek Industries key mod rail. I had to grind down my my barrel nut to get it to fit with the TM barrel nut, but you know, it holds up just fine. There's absolutely no wobble in that. The kind of micro dot up here is a primary arms micro dot. You can see, hopefully, if I can get it, you can see the little dot in the back. It's actually a very, very nice red dot for the money. It's the advanced version, so it runs with 50K battery life, 50K 1,000 hours. The stock is just a standard stock from Marui. You can see my battery wire sticking out there. I got to fix that. The sling is a USTS sling in AOR1. Internals are all stock, besides I have installed a MOSFET on here, the Spectre DR MOSFET, and I put a better spring inside, so it shoots at around 350 FPS. So let's get that out of the way, and we'll talk about TJ's 416 now. So I'll kind of move some of this over a bit too. So from the front to the back, we have a Angry Gun Suppressor. This is the JK version, so it has the engraved trades, which these are indeed engraved, so those look very pretty. Moving back, we have a GMP D-ball in tan. It's painted. We have a Surefire Repro on a Halo Strategic Thorntail mount, mounted directly to his Geisley rail that we also had to Dremel out to get it to fit. And the D-ball is just wired straight down to the vertical foregrip that he has, made by MFT, and he has just AOR1 Desert Digital cloth wrap around that. So moving back, he's got kind of a two-tone paint job onto this, as you can see. It's kind of weathered up top and just a straight paint job on the bottom. Up top here, he has the Hollow Sun 503C. So as you can see, you get that nice little EOTech reticle in there, which is pretty cool. And then he just has a flip-to-side magnifier on a LaRue style flip mount. The mags he runs in here are just standard TM mags. He grinded down the front right here on this pistol grip, which makes it a lot smoother. And he just has some more of that tape that you saw up front here. His stock is a Magpul CTR stock. As you can see, it's painted, and then this is where he has the battery. It's wired through and came out to a fake Garmin, and the battery's actually in here, as you can kind of see it. And this is just a GPS pouch for your wrist usually. This is made by Toy Soldier, and it's just kind of in a khaki. So that's all his gun. He has the stock internals. Let me flip it around for you guys so you can get this side, so you can see the Hollow Sun. So that's pretty cool. I like how slick everything is. His gun is extremely fucking heavy though. And the sling that he runs is a very, very nice sling. It's made by Samapo. I kind of like this a lot more than I do the my USTS sling. So we'll go ahead and we'll move on to some of my guns. We'll talk about my breacher. So it's kind of a very basic breacher. Just got it recently. So everything's still stock in there. The only thing I really did to it was I added this fake RMR on it, which kind of blows, honestly. The reticle is extremely hard to pick up. I don't know if you can. I turned it all the way up right now. But yeah, it's probably dead. Or just too dim for it to work. But it's a very nice shotgun. But as I said, it's just kind of stock the way I have it right now. Shooting 6 rounds at a time for me. And then I just run the standard Tokyo Marui shells in there. So that's my shotgun. We'll talk about his now. He's done a little bit more to it. So as you can see, he's got a rail on it. I can't remember the make of this rail, neither can he. But and then he just has a Tango Down style foregrip, so he can pump it like this, whatever he wants to do. He did take off the rail at the top to make it a little bit more streamlined. So that's pretty neat. He was running a side saddle over here, but he decided to take it off because he was going to use it with a weapons catch on his carrier. And all the internals on this is bone stock as well, and he just runs Tokyo Marui shells. So we'll talk about, let's see if I can get these a little bit more out the way. I'll talk about my Glock real quick. So this is just a Glock 18C made by Tokyo Marui. Everything is bone stock on here. The only modifications I did do is I added a X300 Ultra made by Surefire. So it's a very, very bright flashlight. And I grinded down the back sight as well as the selector lever on the side, which I still need to paint. But I grinded down the top so I can use this with a the Geisley 5 or 6-second mount. You can kind of see the screws are still in there from that. But I plan on using the 6-second mount with a hollow sun, as it seemed to work really well. I put the it's a little weight that comes with the 6-second mount to kind of even it out. I have that in the back on the grip, and then I just run standard TM mags in here. But yeah, everything. Oh, I did add a 6.01 inner barrel in there, so that is different. So we'll talk about his pistol, because his pistol is a lot fucking cooler than mine, even if it is a WE. So I did want to talk about the holster. It's made by MS Patch, and it's very, very nice. If any of you have ever used a Safariland holster or anything like that with the multicam wrap on it, this is very similar to that. It has like an AR1 Cordura on it on both sides, which is pretty cool. It has a decent amount of retention. TJ, if you want to grab that and take that off for me, thank you. Get that, and I'll kind of put that up there for you guys to look at. So what he has a Trigicon backup sights, suppressor height sights, with the Trigicon RMR cut in a garter enhanced slide. I did a stipple job on this gun for a long time ago, so just kind of to mimic the salient arms type. The Surefire on here is a repro Surefire, but it's still very, very bright and very easy to use. So that's more of the X300 regular. The mags he runs in here are the polymer WE mags with the +2 extension on there, so that's pretty cool. He's got this little beaver tail back on it. I forget who makes this at the time, but it definitely feels more like a 1911 when it has this beaver tail on the back of it. The internals on this, he has a extended slide release, extended mag release, and the internals, I don't think he has anything else. Oh, he does have a better hop up in here, as well as a Type bore. So that's pretty cool. I really like his pistol a lot, and the holster's pretty dope as well. So the only thing left to talk about really is my 320. So this is my M320. I honestly don't even know who the fuck makes it. I just have a S&S M320 holster on here, and I usually run this on my belt or on my carrier. And it just has a couple bungees, so you can bungee this down to your carrier, so in case, you know, this comes out or it drops it, you drop it, you're not without your 320. Now, the last thing I did want to talk about was his helmet, because his helmet's pretty cool. So here he has a AOR-1 Maritime. This was dipped by Alpha Lock Graphics. This is a size medium-large. You can see he's got the Ops Core rails on there. He's got 2 AOR-1 patches, flag patches made by MS Patches on each side. On his left, on the left side of the rail, we have a Princeton Tech Pro Charge. That's right? Yeah. The Pro Charge. Up front we have a Wilcox Mount. This is kind of the unique one everybody's talking about. This is the L4 G32, okay. Yeah, so he's got the L4 G32 Wilcox Mount. Up there he has a Mantis strobe. I believe this is made by either Element or FMA, and he's got it painted, so you don't really see a backsplash. In the back he has a counterweight. This is made by DTAC, and then this patch right here is made by Paris Designs, the call sign patch. And then inside he's got the Lux liner. Hopefully you can see that. He's got the Lux liner inside with the H-nape, which in my opinion is much more comfortable than the worm dial that I have on my Maritime. But yeah, that's it. We got our carriers in the back here. He's got the Samapo AOR-1 6094K, and I have my Arrow soft bav made by Eagle. I'll be talking about that later. And this is just my airframe. You guys have all seen that before. But yeah, that's kind of all of our guns, some of our gear, and if you have any questions or comments, you know where to leave them. Make sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll put a link down in the description below. Go ahead and give me a like on Facebook. I'll put a link down in the description below as well. And as always, have a good one.